Erik Ten Hag's tactics had many variations and Bruno Fernandes played a key role on them. First, we are gonna analyze Manchester United's offensive structure. In Zone A, De Gea had 3 passing lines with Dalot, Varane and Martinez, while in Zone B, Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes tried to create passing lines. When this setup didn't work, Shaw and Fred dropped back, therefore Man United had 5 players in Zone A and Fred joined Bruno Fernandes in Zone B. When this happened, Real Betis pressed with 6 players on Man United's half. Nevertheless, when Real Betis pressed to De Gea, he took poor decisions. When the centre-backs took the ball to Zone B, Man United's midfield was a diamond with Casemiro, Bruno, Shaw and Fred. Therefore, in this space, they had the same number of players than the opponents. When Antony moved inside, Man United's midfielders created a triangle. For that reason, when Casemiro had the ball, Shaw, Fred and Bruno created passing lines behind Betis midfielders. As Bruno received with space, he could play a through ball to Antony. Also, it was important the cleverness of Casemiro because he occupied the right space behind Betis strikers. Antony moved inside and this created space for Dalot. Besides, Bruno and Fred were behind Betis midfielders and this created a 3-1-6 in attack for Manchester United. So when Casemiro received the ball, he could play with the wingers because Fred attracted to the opponent's fullback and this created space for Rashford. This time, Shaw took the ball to Betis half and we can see that Man United's structure is still with 6 players in attack. This time Antony was on the left, Fred is attracting to the opponent's fullback and he's trying to occupy the half space. As a consequence, Betis tried to cover this space and covered a passing line to him, but this gave time and space for Antony, who saw that Weghorst is moving away from his mark and played a great ball to him. For the second half, Wan-Bissaka came in for Dalot and this improved United off the ball because he was solid in defense and had more recoveries than Dalot. Bruno Fernandes was the best player for United because he performed the right movements on and off the ball. Rashford received the pass from Casemiro, who played fast from a set piece. Bruno Fernandes occupied the space that Antony left and he started to run on this side. As Betis was unbalanced, no one was close to him, also because Weghorst and Rashford were trying to attack the space behind Betis' defensive line. Bruno tried to play with Weghorst, but Rashford picked up the ball after a rebound and scored a perfect goal. Furthermore, Bruno was important in the build-up because many times he joined the centre-backs. As the midfielders were attracted to Betis midfielders, he received with space and his teammates started to run for a long ball, but also Weghorst started to run backwards to receive between the lines because they know that Bruno can find them. Fernandes was usually involved in the best chances for Man United. Since he usually started them, he's attracting to the opponent's midfielder and this created space for Antony. When the ball is played to him, he understood that he doesn't have a proper angle to play with Wan-Bissaka. So he passed to Weghorst, who on first touch assisted Wan-Bissaka. As he didn't have close teammates and space, Wan-Bissaka performed a flick to wait for his teammates. Bruno and Antony arrived to the final third. Both players realized the space behind Betis' defensive line. Thus, Antony played with Bruno and ran to the space. Fernandes played a great through ball to Antony, who couldn't score. On Bruno Fernandes' goal, he was smart to use Varane as a distraction and ran to the space on the first post. Therefore, no one follows him, so he can head the ball free and scored. Following, we are gonna analyze Manchester United's defensive structure. They tried to cover the central channels on Betis' half with 6 players. When the opponent broke this pressure and tried to connect with their strikers, the centre-backs were aggressive to anticipate the passes and recovered the ball. Besides, the midfielders were important to recover the ball because Casemiro and Bruno recovered many balls in this zone. For Antony's goal, Casemiro recovered the ball after a poor pass from Betis, and immediately he played with Bruno Fernandes, who was running to the space. As he couldn't gain advantage because Betis player was faster than him, he turned and waited for Antony's movement, who moved away from his mark and received the ball. Therefore, he had a one-to-one situation and had space. Fred is attracting to the center back, so he didn't go to cover him, and also the midfielder didn't go close to him. So with the space, Antony shot and scored. Leave your thoughts about Erik Ten Hag's tactics and Bruno Fernandes' performance. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. This video is brought to you by Play by Metric Sports, the fundamental tool for every coach and analyst. Create and manage all your video analysis in one platform. Use coupon NASIRSELAD at checkout for a 10% discount.